عشي بلادي عاش اتحاد إماراتنا عشت لشعب دينه الإسلام هديه القرآن حصنتك بسم الله يا وطن بلادي 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 حماك الإله شرور السماء أقسمنا أن نبني نعمل نخلص مهما عشنا نخلص دام الأمان عاش العلم يا إماراتنا رمز العروبة كلنا نفديك بالدماء نرويك نفديك بالأرواح يا وطن.
أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم من جديد مع برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي. كما عودناكم في كل أسبوع نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات، قصة نجاح أتتنا إلى الدولة منذ 19 عاما. Madam Stephanie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We are so lucky to be here with you in your company. Our team said to you, welcome in our program.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
And we would like to know about yourself. Who's Stephanie when she comes to this country at the first time and what she's doing at this moment?
Okay, so yes, I came to Dubai 19 years ago when basically almost nothing was here. So I worked in the event industry, and 17 years ago I founded my own company. And I started from scratch basically. I bought a sound system. I was an agent for some artists. I rented the sound system. And then slowly, I worked from home actually. I just got kids. I got my 2 kids. And I worked from home, and then slowly the business grew. And then I got my office, I got my first employee, then I got more employees. So yeah, and then I started buying decor. Yeah, so it went slowly.
Let's talk about UAE 2003. When we talk about this country, we're talking about the booming that time in Dubai. What was the main reason to come here, and how was the first day for you in this country?
Okay, so it was, my uncle used to work here, and he told me, yeah, there are so many opportunities here. So I went for a trip with him to see Dubai. And of course, the first time when you come here and you've never been in a Middle Eastern country, I mean, I myself, I'm from Germany, so it was kind of different, you know, a completely different culture, and yeah, it was very different, but I think I really liked it from the first time. I loved the country, I loved the hotels, you know, the opportunities. So yeah, then I started sending my CVs to many companies, and I was accepted. And then I came here on my own with 1 luggage and no money. And yeah, and then it was a little difficult in the beginning, but then, you know, I definitely missed my family because I was here on my own. And back then in 2003, as a woman, it was not difficult, but it was different than in Germany, you know. So, but I sucked it up, and I said, I will not return back to Germany with no success. So I decided to stay here, and yeah, and
2009 or 2010, that time it was a crisis time in Dubai. So take the decision to open your own company that time, it was brave or gambling that time?
Actually, because I had the kids, and mainly my focus was on being a mom with my children, with my babies, I really didn't have so much pressure to earn money. So it was more or less like something I did on the side, being home. So that's why I said I started from home, doing my first years in my company. So I didn't really had the pressure to earn money. So slowly, I went through the crisis. And I have to say, even though you're saying there was a crisis in 2009 or 2010, but you know, it eliminated so many competition. And back then in the years, there was no competition. And also what played in my cards was that I was a German female. And back then, there were not so many female business owners and also not Germans. So especially not in that industry. I remember in that industry from entertainment, I had like 2 or 3 big competitors back then. And now it's like hundreds, you know. But now I'm lucky because I have already my company established, my name is well known. Sure. So now it's much easier to be competitive because people know us, they know our quality, they know our reliability. So back then it was actually easier, I would say, than to start a company now. Why also? Because back then in 2009, 2010, Dubai was not yet so convenient, like I call it. You know, I remember I went to the internet shop to call my parents on Skype. You know, there was no WhatsApp. There was, you know, it was like
BB.
It was really, you were on your own. And now Dubai became so convenient, like it became so westernized. They changed the rules so much towards the Western culture. So it's much easier now for expats to live here in these years. And more come. So because it's so convenient, lots of people come now to start a business. So now the competition is huge.
Sure. So to build your name or to build your company in this land of opportunity, we can call it, it's so hard. His Highness mentioned to us, it's hard to be number one, but the hardest to stay on the same level. How you keep your name always in the top? And this years, we're talking about more than 12 years.
Actually, you know, I know there's lots of talking that we competing against each other. I think I just focus on my own growth. I keep focusing on doing better myself, but I don't want to be a competitor with other planners. In fact, I have many planners who are my friends. And I believe in that we should grow together, that you know, that we are all different. We have different clients, we have different styles, we have different budgets. So I believe in that we should all work together because there's work for everyone. So to keep my level is actually by me focusing on myself, in growing myself and becoming better in design, becoming better in styling, you know, becoming better and doing different things, like not just staying the same. You know, so this is my way of growing. It's not like to keep your position. It's actually more, I don't want to keep my position in kicking somebody out or being better than someone. It's just being individual and going your own path. And then you will grow by yourself.
How you can understand more than 200 different cultures we are living with. So let's talk about wedding. So every culture have their own way. You understand all of them, or you focusing on?
No, I do weddings from all nationalities, from Saudi, Emarati, Chinese, Danish people, European, Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi. So I do all kind of weddings for all kind of nationalities. And of course, there are different rules in their weddings and rituals. And by now, I would say after like being really in the wedding business now for 10 years, focusing on weddings, I know all the rituals.
Not only wedding, we're talking about also the events. Now we are talking recently with blockchain events everywhere. So the events, it's everywhere in UAE. So also you are ready for these events?
Yes, so we also have not just the wedding section, we also have a corporate section with entertainment. So I'm personally not taking care of this, but my staff is taking care of this. I have a manager for the corporate events and for the entertainment. So yeah, we also are ready for this.
And for the relation with our employees, how you can build it more stronger between you and your employees?
Being from Germany, it's quite funny because we are very honest and friendly people, and in my culture, you treat people the same. Like it doesn't matter what nationality they are or what income they have. This is what we have been taught in school. And in the beginning I had to learn that unfortunately in this country you cannot treat people equal, because if you treat them equal, they will use you. So I have been used and betrayed because I kept people on the same level. Like I don't like to be the boss, although I am the boss, and yes, I know when I have to say what I want, but I like it in a friendly way. So I had problems with this, because then in this culture people will not take me seriously if you're kind of friendly with them. So, but as I said before, now I'm lucky to find people in my like good employees who are actually appreciating me, treating them well, you know. So it took me a long time, because it's really like this. I have learned this in 19 years being here. It's really difficult to find people who are appreciating that you treat them the same way without using them. Of course, sometimes they also come to you with different intention. If they come to you already with the intention to, okay, I'm going to work here for 1 year. I take all the information and then I do my own company. I had that many times with employees, many times. Then, of course, the intention is already wrong, and it doesn't matter if you're friendly or not, right? But now I found really sweet people who really appreciate, and I know them for a long time from the market. So I found them, and I'm really happy with them. They're happy with me. And it's a give and take, you know, and I like, you know, to come in the office when people are smiling when they see you. So I wouldn't want to come in an office where people are like, oh my God, she's coming, you know. No, you know, and for me, I have to go home and feel good about myself and that I did the right thing. So this is how I work. This is how I work with my clients, and this is how I work with my employees. I want to go home and say, you know, I did right. I did good for them. And I did good for my clients. You know, I don't cheat, I don't lie, I don't betray, because this is how we are, especially in Germany. We cannot lie and we cannot betray.
I will not ask you about the services that you have it, because everyone knows the events planners, so what they have. So let's talk about time management. When we talk about mother, when we talk about businesswoman, we talk about time for yourself, how you can schedule it.
Yeah, so of course it's very difficult, especially in the events industry, as you can imagine. During the week you're in the office, you meet clients, you do the office work, and then on the weekend you have your kids, right? So yeah, I mean, I have, thank God, very good help. I have a nanny. She's with us for 11 years, and she's basically taking care of most of the things. So when I come home, I don't have to wash, I don't have to clean, I can just be with my kids. And of course, we're using the summertime to go to Germany. Like we're going at least 6 weeks, so I'm 6 weeks with my kids, making up for all the time I haven't seen them in the peak season. And yeah, so I'm also divorced. I was married to an Egyptian, my ex-husband was Egyptian, but we have a very good relation. And he's taking the kids over the weekend. So we are sharing the kids. So whenever I'm busy, he's taking them, and vice versa. When he's busy, I take them. So it's a very good
So the woman, she can be in the business anytime she wants, and she can schedule.
So yeah, I mean, in the UAE, it's very good that we can have help, domestic help, like nannies, and especially finding someone you really trust. It's a good thing. So she's basically with the kids whenever I'm not there.
Who built this?
2, 1, record.
Madame Stephanie, during Corona or 2019, it's changed all the world. So event management or wedding planner, all of this part was off that time. What Corona affected your company?
Yeah, actually, it was the worst time of my life, I have to say, because as I said before, I built up my company 17 years, and I felt like in just 2 months, everything was taken from me. Like, I think I was in shock for at least 2 months. I couldn't believe it. I had to close my office. I had to let most of my stuff go. I set up a small office in my home, in my villa, where I kept like 2 employees and waiting for what to come. And actually, I counted my savings, how many months I can survive, how many months I can pay school. And my income was basically the main income for the family. And I was really calculating how many months I can survive without having any income. In fact, I had to pay back deposits from clients because they made deposits for their weddings and they asked me to return it. So, and nobody knew when we're gonna come back or if ever we come back to weddings, like will this world change forever? Nobody knew. Maybe we're not gonna have wedding like we had them before. Nobody knew, and there were like rumors, and it got me so worried. Like it was really the worst time of my life. Yeah, I can say that.
Now we are talking about Expo 2020 and many events now running in UAE. So you have any activity in these events during around?
We had entertainment activities from our company during the expo, but as I said, I'm mainly in the weddings, so we had just the weddings going on as usual. Maybe not as many because lots of people were hesitating to do the wedding during the expo because of the high hotel rates. But now it's coming back like crazy. Like we have double weddings than the year before.
You mentioned before the interview that you have from A to Z services for the wedding. We're talking about flower, we're talking about cars, we're talking about hotels, we're talking about area that we can provide.
So basically, we provide full wedding planning services, basically from A to Z. Sometimes clients come to us and say, we have this hotel and we need you to plan our wedding there. Then we do everything from the flowers, production, sound, light, entertainment, hostesses, perfume tables. Catering is usually from the hotel, but if we do in a villa, then we do of course also the catering. So we're doing everything from A to Z, the furniture, even everything. And also sometimes clients come to us and say we don't have a venue. Then I get the brief from them, how many people, what is your plan, what is your dream, you want it outdoor, indoor, maybe both, and then I suggest the venues. And in fact, I learned that it's actually much better for clients to come to a planner to ask for suitable venues, because I will save them so much time. Because if they have a number of 200 guests and they want outdoor, indoor, there may be like just 3-4 hotels. But if they go to all 15 hotels, it's a waste of time. And maybe they chose one hotel which is not so suitable than another. So it's much better to come to a planner for a professional advice which venue would be suitable for your wedding. So this is actually very important. I have now one client, she signed with a hotel, and I asked, and it's quite difficult to do the setup for this number of guests in this hotel. And I asked her, why didn't you go for this hotel? And then she said, oh yes, you're right. But she signed already with this hotel. So it's much better to ask us from the beginning for a professional advice, even for the venues.
Everyone, he wants his wedding that to be unique and different. So how you can make every wedding, you make it different than the other and unique also?
So actually, I always try to see what the bride wants. So I will always ask the bride to send me some inspirational photos. This doesn't have to be a photo from a wedding setup. It can be just like a mood, you know, from anything. And then based on this mood picture, I will do the proposed design. And we do a 3D render, so she can see exactly how the wedding will look before. And our 3D renders are actually like photos. So some people, if I show the renders, they think, oh, that's a setup, right? I say, no, that's a render. It's not a photo. So basically, the client can see before the wedding happens, in the exact place, indoor, outdoor, how the wedding will look.
For the future, what you are planning now?
I want, actually I'm happy with where I am now. I enjoy my work and I have good projects, I have wonderful clients. I just want to continue the way I am and do more designs, maybe some more brave designs. Like I was lucky enough to have now 3 black weddings, black. So I wanted to do something different. So yeah, I think where I want to be in the future is maybe to do more interesting designs and just grow the company, like maybe getting some good sales person, because sales mainly I'm doing, but it's very difficult to find honest people.
Why we choose Stephanie? Because Stephanie one of the best. When we talk about top 10 or top, we need to remember His Highness Sheikh Mohammed when he mentioned for us. It's hard to be number one, but the hardest is to stay on the same level. How we can be always in the top and never go any step back in our business life.
I think, as I mentioned before, it's like you just focus on what you're doing. You don't look too much left and right. You just stay creative, you stay honest, you stay transparent. I think very important for clients these days is that they trust you, that they see that you really care,
True.
and that you love your work, and that you're creative, and that you try to make them happy. And as a planner, you actually need to be compassionate, you need to be empathic, you need to be creative. If you don't have these three things, you cannot be a good planner. Because wedding planning is not just about money. Like every project for me is something personal. It's like me buying myself something expensive, and it has to be perfect. So, and I think my clients, they know that I'm not just doing a wedding and take the money. For me, it's not about the money. It's about the success for me and for the couple.
Stephanie, who built your character? Who's the person who built this character that we are talking now?
I think my dad.
What you will say to your dad?
My dad. I mean, my dad always said, you know, it's very important, like, to be disciplined, to be strong, and to be like. He taught me also to be an honest person, which I think I hear a lot from my friends, that I'm a very honest person, and I'm very disciplined. Like if I get up in the morning late, I feel guilty. I have to, and if I didn't do anything on a day, then I feel guilty. It's just like that thing, and I think also what he taught me is never to give up. Like I never gave up, and there were many times here in the UAE where everyone else probably would just packed his bag and went back to Germany, but I didn't. I fought, like.
For sure, he's proud of you. So, what you will say for your dad opposite this camera?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I just wanted to say thank you for making such a good person out of me. I owe you a lot, and without you and your belief in me, I wouldn't have made it that far.
Now, an advice for all the women over the world, the housewife, but you advise them to let them go through the work, the business.
You know, when I got married, I actually had the opportunity to be a housewife, because my parents-in-law asked me, do you want to work or you don't want to work? And knowing myself with my energy and with my drive to create things, I immediately said, no, I want to work. And I think sometimes I'm thinking, oh my God, maybe I should, if I'm so busy and, you know, things just getting too crazy in the business, I think, oh my God, maybe I just should have been a housewife, you know, not doing anything. But knowing myself, I would not feel fulfilled. I have to have a purpose in life. And also I want to have my own money. I would not like to go to my husband, I want to buy this Gucci shoes, give me the money. So in order from, you know how good it feels when you just go and buy yourself whatever you want from your own money? So I never had to ask anybody to give me money. So I think this feeling that you're doing something with your life, you're being creative, and you can do and with your money whatever you want, buy yourself anything, treat yourself, without like depending on someone, is a gift I would never want to give away.
Finally, when we talk about this country, we are talking about peace and safe country. Dubai or UAE, it's a brand now in the world. So it's happened from His Highness Sheikh Zayed, the first step, and son of Zayed, they make UAE number one in the world, peace and safe. More than 200 nationalities, even our house key, maybe we don't have it.
No, I don't have a house key actually.
So what we will say
don't
for
come
you,
to my home.
so what we will
try.
say for you leaders and government for this peace and safe country.
I'm Stephanie, the owner of Jam Wedding Planners. I would like to take this opportunity to personally thank Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed and Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid and the whole leadership of the UAE for making the country so safe and such a great opportunity to grow your business. I really want to congratulate you for your 51st anniversary of the UAE, and I'm so glad to be here, have my kids safe, have my business running amazing, and I'm just very happy to be here.
And from our side, we will say to you, thank you to spending your time with our team again, and welcome in our program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
عروبتي كلنا نفديكي بالدماء